Hello fellow freedom seekers and welcome to the channel. My name is Kat and I live in a caravan and work as a campsite warden, and in this video I'm going to give you a tour of our caravan and show you our humble abode we have for this season, our little home on wheels which we absolutely love. So give this video a like and keep watching. Hopefully you will get inspired when it comes to choosing your caravan for living in it full time. You need to know that when we were buying this caravan, we didn't think we would be living in it, but luckily we knew what we wanted, we knew what we liked in the caravans, and this setup works pretty well for living in it full time for two adults. This caravan, Bailey Pageant Series 7, this is not as luxurious as our Fend used to be, not as spacious, but on a positive note, this one is much smaller, much lighter. We can tow it ourselves with our car easily, which gives us much more flexibility, and also it costs about half of what we paid for Fend. So we are happy, we are pleased with that. We like Baileys. This is our second Bailey, and there are many design features which we liked in our first Bailey. I think it was Bailey Limousine, 1995. This is a 2008 model and it really works for living in it full-time for two adults. Bedroom, that's the winner. This is what we really like about those Baileys, and we had a rear dinette. This is actually a dinette converted into a bedroom. You have a double bed, a regular double bed here. We are thinking about replacing the cushions and fitting a real double mattress here with time, but it works really well for our sleeping arrangements. We like this shutter, which means that we can actually divide the caravan and shut the bedroom out if we have guests. Not that we ever try that, but it could potentially lower your heating bills in winter if you can screen this whole area off and maybe heat just the bedroom if you have to. Bedroom is alright, we do get good night's sleep here. I will talk about this devil towards the end of the video, and yeah, I know it's not a fixed bed. Well, it is a fixed bed in a way, it's not an island bed. Now there are only two of us here. Our doggo is here, sadly. So this is enough for two people. Right, the van is bright, homely and spacious, quite warm, quite well insulated, and we have amazing heating system, which I will talk about in a minute. Let's stop in the kitchen. We've got everything you need here, including those fancy LED lights which we had with the van. We didn't add them, they were actually here. They were in a standard, you know, to Bailey, even 2008. So we've got the gas stove, fridge, three-way fridge. Here's our coffee machine, because we can live without many things, but I can't imagine waking up without a good coffee. And yeah, coffee pots are probably not the most eco-friendly solution, but it keeps washing this machine to a minimum. It's convenient for us. Yeah, don't judge me, don't kill me for using coffee pots. The lounge. This time we went for two benches, and I think it's the first caravan with two parallel benches like this. We've never had one before, but this actually works pretty well, and when we have visitors we can easily sit 4 people, maybe even 5 people here, and this is the real winner. This unit with drawers which converts into a table. This is such a brilliant design feature. So we don't need a bulky, huge table in the middle of our caravan. Just slide this whole thing out, open it up, and dum-da-dum-da-dum, here is the table. Ideal for 2, maybe even 3 with a squeeze. Absolutely love it. It doesn't take space. It's quick to assemble, quick to fold when you're done with your eating. Really clever stuff. When we were looking to buy a caravan, this was the first one we saw, and we absolutely fell in love with this, because this is really a 2008 model and everything works as it should. Everything is in a good condition. and we are really pleased with it. This is, yeah, a 2008 model, but this is Bailey for you. Here is another fantastic feature of this Caravan, our heating. So here is the Truma Ultra Heat heater, which runs on either electricity or gas or both together for a special boost. And we have air vents around the Caravan, and this is just such a brilliant solution for cooler periods. So once this one is hot, you can choose two settings for vents, either continuous, automatic or off, and this is a game changer for us, especially those vents around the van. There is one under the bed, and even behind the toilet over here there's another vent. Really lovely, generous size skylight which lets in a lot of light. This mirror is a nice touch, very handy to have it. And if you are serious about living on wheels, either in a caravan or in a camper van, I honestly can't imagine doing it without a bathroom. And here is our bathroom just behind me. It has everything we need. It's quite big for this size of a caravan to have a separate shower cubicle. I think this is quite rare. So this is a nice size bathroom. We added this shelf here because you always have more of those little things than you expected. However, we have a nice unit here under the sink, but it wasn't enough for me. So yeah, we added this tiny little white shelf. The lights are quite nice. And talking about the shelves, here's the original dinette table from the bedroom, which we kept here. I don't know why we kept it. Probably we don't have any other space to put it. But it's also handy to hang this little shelf here for glasses. It seems a cheap plastic shelf, but it's actually very practical. It doesn't require any tools to install. You just rest it against the surface. And this is such a clever idea and perfect for keeping your glasses when you go to bed. And talking about storage and storage ideas, this van is perfect. This is just the storage in our bedroom, all those lockers with shelves inside. Then the kitchen has quite generous storage as well. And in the lounge, so we have those overhead lockers here, or those overhead cabinets. And of course there is more storage under the sofas for things which you don't use every day. So under those two sofas there is storage space as well. And on the side of the bed there are two units for storing stuff as well. And there is a bit of space under the bed where you could have under bed boxes. And here is a question for you guys. Do you have a TV in your caravan? Or do you have a TV in your bedroom? We've always had a TV in our bedroom, and this is the setup we got used to over the years. And when we were living in a flat, we had this massive TV, which we just couldn't part with when we moved into a caravan. Yeah, so how big is too big? I think, I don't know. Sky's the limit. I can't remember the size of it, but I will check it for you. 50 inches. Yeah, we squeezed a 50 inches TV here, and the gap was just big enough, only just. And we went for a few TV brackets, and in the end we improvised a shelf for our TV using a bit of scrap wood we found here on site. Right, so when I say scrap wood, I mean firewood, but it's the same as scrap wood, isn't it? Right, so we just found those two boards, painted them and fitted them here. They're actually pushed in, there's no screw, no nails, and somehow it's holding. Luckily we are not too tall and we can squeeze in here, and our feet reach here. We don't put our feet under the shelf, so this works perfectly fine. It was all planned and this will probably last forever. In the lounge we have this leaf table we could use for a TV, and probably that's where most of people have their TV because there's an antenna socket here. But how would we fit our monster here? It's too small. So we use this as our little bar, because you must have some pleasure in your life. And as we are on a budget, because we are saving money for our winter trips, boxed wine is good enough. Alcohol is alcohol. we are not fussy. And that's it. This is our 1-bedroom on wheels, but we have everything we need here. We are very happy here. This is our living arrangement, and even though it's much smaller than Fendt, we don't mind those differences because there are some advantages of owning a smaller caravan. And to be able to tow this little van with our car whenever we want, wherever we want, this is probably the biggest advantage. Also, owning a small caravan means it's much cheaper to heat it and much easier to heat it during those winter months, autumn months, spring months, even sometimes summer months. So there are some arguments for a smaller van. And if there are only 2 of you and you are not getting claustrophobic in a smaller van together, I don't think there's a point in owning a huge caravan, which may actually be a bit troublesome. It will also mean that you can't park it wherever you like, because many sites do not allow those bigger twin axis vans on their grounds because their pitches are not big enough. It is a smaller van, but it has space in the locker. It has space for 2 decent sized gas cylinders, so we actually fitted 2 13-kilogram gas cylinders here, and there is space for more. Once we get rid of our junk, we could fit, probably easily we could fit 2 more gas cylinders here, so that's a bonus. All in all, we are very pleased with this caravan. It didn't break the bank when we bought it, and it's smaller, so it's easy to tow. Our car could actually tow 2 caravans like this, which means it will not be hard on our car. The fuel emission will be lower as well compared to a bigger van. So there are some advantages of, towing a small caravan. Easier to maneuver as well, especially that even though it is a 2008 model, we have a mover and it works. So it is dry. Everything works. It's in a good condition inside, so the previous owners were really looking after it. It's not trashed, it's not damaged, all equipment works. What else could you ask for? Given the year of this van, given the age of this van, it wasn't cheap, but those Baileys, those older Baileys, they really hold their value. So if you want to buy a van like that, it's not a case of 2,000 or 3,000 pounds, it's a bit more than that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. This is our home on wheels. I hope you enjoyed the little tour. The awning is not ready yet, so I will prepare a separate video about awning. We are still working on setting up our awning and arranging stuff in it to make it functional for us and comfortable. But I hope you enjoyed this little tour. And if you can live in a small space and if you can keep your belongings to a minimum, you will be very happy living in a van if you choose the right van with the layout which works for you. So for us, it was the things I mentioned inside: the bed which we don't have to make every day, shower, toilet, a good heating system. These are our must-haves for a caravan for living full-time. I'm looking forward to hearing what's your top priority list for a van to live in it full-time. What does it have to have? What features are you looking for? I hope you will find it, and I hope I will see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do, because it's free and it brings you many benefits and many perks. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.